So on the Hero, you have your virtual keyboard. It works very well. It's multi-touch enabled, so it registers your presses even though if you're doing very, very quick typing, and I'll show you a quick example of that. The quick Brisbane fox jumped over the lazy sheepdog. So one error there, and usually the Hero is very, very good with the predictive text to figure out what it is you were trying to type. So do love that keyboard. You also have landscape, which gives you a little better accuracy, works a little bit better. You see, that time we didn't have any mistakes. And yeah, it gets the job done. For heavy emailing, it is a little bit of a nag because you do, when you're composing paragraphs instead of sentences, your fingers will get a little tired out and you'll start making little mistakes and you might hit this button instead of that button. And yeah, but that is the Hero. It is functional and it works very, very well. On the moment, if we go to compose a text here, you have the stock Android Cupcake 1.5 keyboard, which let me show you a comparison between the two. So you see, it's a little bit taller than the Hero, but the Hero's actual buttons are bigger and more spaced out than the ones in the moment are. And they're laid out better, more like a QWERTY function than these are. But you know, other than that, they're the same. You have your delete on the same side, you have your up on the same side. So with the Hero, you have settings and you have keyboard options. And on here, instead of enter, you have a smiley face. Yeah, that's nice, but come on, you could have used that for something else. So let's check out this. Okay, that wasn't even funny. I got like one thing correct there. And the reason being is when you actually start typing on this, I don't know why, but the keys actually get smaller. You do have predictive text though, for the moment. Oh, I hate the moment screen for making videos. It's beautiful, but I hate that. So that's good, and then you can switch between them. It's just the predictive text on the Hero is much betterly implemented, and in my opinion works a lot better. But you also have landscape. So let's see if we have a little better result this time. The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy sheepdog. It worked a lot better in landscape than it did in portrait. You know what I think the big deciding factor is though, between the virtual keyboards? The Hero's is multi-touch enabled, so when you're going this quick, it registers everything. On the moment, sometimes you miss something because the screen can only register one tap at a time. And really, I wish Android would fix that. They run on capacitive screens. I mean, come on, there's no reason why the screen shouldn't be multi-touch enabled. But that being said, the virtual keyboard on the Hero far surpasses the virtual keyboard on the moment. But this is where I've tried to keep this out of the videos up until now. But most of you guys probably know about this. But this is where the moment takes the cake. Oh. Ta-da! I hope you didn't think the moment was just this big, bulky phone for no reason. You have a full QWERTY physical keyboard. And as you can see, the buttons are relatively spaced well enough that you can do memory typing where you don't have to look. You have a full set of numbers. You have search, which kind of makes up for not having search on the actual screen over here, but sucks because you have to open the search. You have function, symbols, you have a D-pad of sorts. But here's what I didn't understand. I much would have preferred getting rid of this number key and putting the spacebar on its own row than having it sit in the middle of V and B. It's just a little confusing when you when you start typing because you don't expect there to be a spacebar in between letters. You know what I mean? So that's just a little downfall of the keyboard. But after you use the phone for a couple days or a week or so, you get used to it. And let's see if we have a little more accuracy on this. I want to compose. Go down. There you go. The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy sheepdog. That was much better. Significantly better. I mean, if I can get this screen brightness into focus, I got one letter wrong. Yeah, I just got one thing wrong on there, so it was much better. But this is what I want to show you. So you're going the quick brown fox. So here, when you go jumped, when you want to type over, your instinct is to go O and hit this letter here, but this is a space bar, so you actually have to go over here to do it. And then when you want to type the lazy sheep dog, you meant to get over, sometimes you have to go all the way across to skip over the space bar. Just keep that in mind. It is something of a hassle, but it's worked well so far. I mean, for heavy emailing, you're going to enjoy this a lot more than you will the on-screen keyboard. Sometimes you just want that tactile feel of a keyboard, you know? And it's nice to have. Personally, though, because of this little space bar here, even after all this time using it, I haven't grown so accustomed to it where I could leave the Hero's on-screen keyboard. Personally, in my case, even with the physical keyboard, just because of the layout of it, I by a hair prefer the Heroes. If this spacebar was on its own row, I would definitely hands down keyboard on the moment. But you know, it's if you guys can overlook that, then and you want a full keyboard, then do pick up the moment. It would be the better choice for that instance.